In this video, we will listen to several data professionals talk about the different paths you can take to get into data engineering.
For folks who want to be data engineers, I want to share two pieces of advice. First, focus on building a strong foundation. Data engineering is a relatively new field, and every year there are lots of new technologies emerging. It is important to learn those new technologies, but as a starting point, I think we should build a strong foundation in SQL, Python, data modeling, and ETL methodologies. Second, paying attention to hands-on experience. Nothing was more in data engineering than hands-on experience. You may think it's hard to get hands-on experience without a full-time job or internship, but it shouldn't be that hard. In data engineering world, there are lots of open source tools or freemium tools with the support of enormous online learning materials. I believe there are many ways you can leverage those tools to do your personal projects and do practice. Having hands-on experience would not only help your resume to stand out in the candidates pool, but would also enable you to tackle a lot of questions during the interview process.
So my first advice to anybody working towards becoming a data engineer would be to practice, to find things that you can do that will give you practice in the area. One of my favorite junior DBAs that I work with used to bring his laptop to me with a VM on it and say, "Hey, break my database." And this was great because I would come up with every different way I had seen a database break, and I would try to simulate it on his laptop, and he would come up with solutions. And man, he was a great troubleshooter for having gone through that, because he had seen a lot of the things that it took me years of experience to actually run into. So any way you can come up with to practice, and that can be coming up with your own project, that can be building a database for something in your life. Another one is to get involved with a professional organization. It's great to get involved with other people who are working in that area and to learn from them.
I give to the aspiring data engineers is learn database internals. If you understand the data structures that power these data sources, that's half the battle of the data engineer. Learn SQL and a programming languages. I would say ideally one procedural language such as shell scripting or PL SQL or a Perl, and an object-oriented programming language, either Java or Python, and a functional programming language such as Scala. Once you gain certain expertise, try to share your knowledge with your peers in the community. For example, share your code in the GitHub public repositories, or start writing articles on LinkedIn, or create your own blog, and work extremely hard when you're relatively young, and stay curious. If you do some of these things, I don't think you'll have any kind of problem getting hired as a data engineer. Data engineers are really in high demand these days.
I would recommend is to think about how you're sharing your knowledge and how you're giving back. I'm a blogger. I write a lot about DB2 and about data in general at datageek.blog. And that is one of the number one things. Even if you've been doing something for as little as 6 months, you may know more about some aspect of that thing than anybody else. So even if you've been working with a product for a very short amount of time, beginner blog entries are great. So it's really important as you're starting your journey in data engineering to share your knowledge and make sure that you are giving back to the data engineering community.
So if you want to become a data engineer, you need to understand one thing. The whole concept of data engineering is a lot of skills. It's a lot of width. You need to master a variety of skills and tools. It can be very overwhelming if you look at all those skills or technologies or tools at once. One RDBMS. Choose any RDBMS that is available to you and you're comfortable with, and you can master one RDBMS. After that, move on to master at least one NoSQL database. It can be MongoDB, Cassandra, Neo4j. React, or Redis. You can also understand concepts like web scraping and also start learning them, and also understand that in the future you will be expected to work with APIs. So APIs is a way with using which you can interact with other systems, seamlessly.
So the first thing is to build the right skills, get your credentials and certificates, and then demonstrate your expertise in a technology or a product that you enjoy working with and is in demand. Write blog posts, write articles, create some YouTube videos or screencasts and demos. And you don't have to be an expert to be able to do so. One of great ways of learning something is to learn to be able to teach it to others. Join a local networking group or a meetup, not just to learn, but also to meet with other people in the field and share your insights and experiences. Like other technology fields, data engineering is continuously evolving. And so make learning a continuous part of your lifelong process. Keep learning and keep up with the new technologies and approaches to working with data. Wish you all the success on your journey to becoming a data engineer.